Welcome back to the Garage Orlov Show. It is January 2nd, 2023, and trying to get this box and a half of comic books that need to be alphabetized in with these comics. We're working on organizing is basically what we're doing. So, when we last left off, we were going through All-Star Squadron, but there's another problem I had is as I was going through the A's, I found Adventure into Fear. And I thought, where is the other Adventure into Fear comics? And I remembered that I had, a few months ago during the summer, done this. I separated out Marvel Bronze Age Horror. So I have 2 boxes of Marvel Bronze Age Horror. So, let's get those Fear comics into here. Dead of Night. Here we go. Here's Fear number 8. It Crawls by Night. This is a beat-up copy. Yeah, these are reprints of stories. I have the Fear actually started in my mind in the Silver Age, so I have some of the Fears over in the Silver Age boxes. So let's get this thing sleeved. Fear number 8. Okay. Fear number 7 is one we just saw a minute ago. Looks like, November 30th, 1972, I believe is what that date stamp says. Let me think. September, October, 72. Yeah, that would be about right for the 20-cent price tag. So, 7 and 8. All right. Then we have 10. Wonderful cover by Greg Morrow. So we have 10. Looks like I'm missing number 11. Here's number 12. Look at that. Beautiful artwork. This needs to be in a bag, in a board. Anyway, so I need an issue 11, 12. I have 2 copies of 12, apparently. Then I have 13 in an early, this is a My Light from the old days. Looks like, it might be a Golden Age My Light. So I think this Golden Age board might be able to fit in here. Let's see if it will. Yes, indeed it will. How about that? Yeah, Man-Thing was brown. At some point he turned green. Yeah, only thing with this Golden Age board, it won't fit into the box anymore. Maybe... Tell you what, let me just use this My Light and this Golden Age board for an actual Golden Age comic and see if this will Is this a Silver Age? Yeah. I'll just put it in one of these bags. All right. Number 13. Here's another number 13. Here's 14, again in an old Mylite bag. Is there just a spare board I could put in here? Is this Golden Age? Yeah, definitely. So what are you guys doing? Why are you watching this video? Why aren't you doing something productive with your time? Let's see. Yeah, on the 4th I'll be back to work, so I won't be able to make as many of these fantastic videos. Man, that's a fucking modern board, I do believe. We're 6 minutes in, so it's okay to curse. You're not supposed to curse in the first 3 minutes of a YouTube video, I've been told. Not that it matters that I will never be monetized. Number 14. Yeah. Here's another copy of 14. How many 14s do I have? 14, 14, 2 14s. Here's 15. Again, this can use a backing board. Well, too wide, that's Golden Age. Today, I have the theme to Electra Woman and Dinah Girl stuck in my head, and I cannot account for that. You swine. I'll tell you what. I think this is a key issue. Is this the first Howard the Duck? Could be. Look at this wonderful ad for the Living Mummy. Yeah, this is where this comic goes completely, wonderfully batshit crazy. And I remember this ad for Vampire Tales and Foom and all that. Where I don't know. Somewhere in here, this could be the first Howard the Duck. I don't know. 15, 14, 15. Here's 16. Excuse me. Here's another 16. Here's 17. Now, this having the board already in the bag bit, I got this idea from watching Man Bear Pig on YouTube. But Captain Strange-Life was saying, no, this is absolutely the wrong way to do it because you could damage your comic that way. And he has a lot of experience. So I don't know. How do you guys do it? What is your verdict? 18. Here's 19. This actually could be the first Howard the Duck. That's what I'm thinking. 19. Okay. So, here we go with Adventure into Fear, Morbius the Living Vampire. I was checking because I thought this might be a Mark Jeweller's variant, but it is not. Because I bought a lot of my comic books back then at the PX when my parents would go shopping there at Fort Sam Houston. But this is not one of those. This is my childhood copy. Morbius the Living Vampire. $21. Just imagine if they hadn't messed this character up in the 1990s, if they hadn't made that terrible movie that just came out. Oh my gosh, look at this wonderful artwork. Golly Moses. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that, man. It's got to be Bill Everett. It's so good. I could be wrong. This 2-page spread. Wow. Okay, Morbius the Living Vampire. Trust me, it was a good comic, but they're gradually going through and running every one of these comics. She-Hulk, Morbius, Black Panther. They're going to run them all with these movies and TV shows. Like I have several here that are not. These are my childhood copies, and they are not bagged and boarded currently. They used to be, but I must have taken the bags off of them because they were getting old. And the whole thing about boarding books is a newer thing. It's like there's still some more old-fashioned comic stores that just bag their comics. They don't board them. Usually they're run by cheapskates. Here's 23. So they would have a Morbius story, and then in the back they would have a reprint from the 50s. Oh, yes. 23. I figured I don't know. Well, sometimes they do 2 shows in one day. It looks like I'm doing that again, simply because I've got a little time, and I'm not going to have much time coming up soon. Tomorrow, what is today? Monday? Yeah. Wednesday night will be the 4-Color Fossils show. Oh, look, it's Blade the Vampire Slayer. So this is a key issue. Look at this amazingness. Okay. This is a modern deal. That doesn't fit. This will fit. This looks Silver Age. Looking at these books makes me happy. This is my 3rd grade, maybe 4th grade I'm looking at here. That and wacky packages bring a smile to my face. Okay. 22, 23, 24. Okay, and then I pulled these out of a box. If you watched the last episode, these were in a different box. So 25 goes in. And then what is this one? 26. I have these books because I love them. Although speculators probably bought these up because they thought of, a movie's coming out, and the movie was terrible, so I'm sure the value went down, and they were disappointed, and they dumped their books because they have no love for them. They didn't grow up with these books. 28. 29. And then that brings me to Journey into Mystery number 2. A revived Journey into Mystery, because the original Journey into Mystery turned into Thor. So let's get this in a bag and board. Well, I went to the post office to mail John Gorris's painting, and I was able to get a package, but there was no one behind the counter, so I don't know if the post office closes between 11 and noon. I guess they take lunch, but it was about 1 o'clock when I went there, so I don't know if they're taking an extended Christmas vacation or what's going on, but I tried to get it off, and I'll go back again tomorrow. And but then right when I got home, I got an email from John Gorris, who I'm sending this painting of the Blind Dead to, telling me about a new video he has up, which my wife and I found incredibly entertaining. And it's a music video, and I don't know if he's the one performing the music, but it's a great song. Journey into Mystery 4. You guys have to subscribe to John Gorris. 2, 4, 5. He was on the show last week, along with Damon Packard. It was probably about this time last week. I'd show you the video, but I really can't while I'm doing, because actually, my wife's tablet's here. I could show you on that. Let me sleeve one more comic before I do that. Journey into Mystery 6. Oh, that's a bare board. One of my New Year's resolutions, I don't know, I'm lying about that. It's not a New Year's resolution, but it might as well be. I'm always trying to get things organized. So I might as well say it's a New Year's resolution, because then it looks like I'm actually doing a New Year's resolution. I actually didn't make any New Year's resolutions. Let's get Monster of Frankenstein number 4 sleeved. I file this under M. I guess that makes me a moron. I file it because the comic started the monster of Frankenstein. Later it became the Frankenstein monster, so a lot of people probably file it under F, but not me. I showed you all these books last summer. There's no real reason to show you all these horror books again. I don't think so. Okay, here's another one that doesn't have a... Oh, this is in terrible condition. This is not a childhood copy. I would not have treated a book this badly. See how it becomes the Frankenstein monster. So how are you guys doing? You having a wonderful Christmas? Frankenstein monster. Oh, there's quite a few here that aren't sleeved. Let's rectify that, ladies and gentlemen. The Frankenstein monster at bay. That looks like a spine roll, but it's actually just a misprinting because it's not really... A spine roll will make it where it won't fit into a bag. This book is in terrible condition. Again, not a childhood copy. That's 14, 15. Is this a Mark Jewelers? No. 15. I'm the marvelous magical Burger King, ladies and gentlemen. I can do most anything. Man, I wish there was a Burger King here locally. All we have is a Subway. 14, 15. $16. Oh, that's not good. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful time out there, ladies and gentlemen, with all your... it's just wonderful. All right. Oh, man, I just gotta keep sleeving these books that aren't sleeved. It's driving me crazy. Monsters on the Prowl. Here's 22. Yuck. There's a horrible stain, ladies and gentlemen. It's filthy feeling. Some child that owned this book at one time was a filthy animal, man. Like a subhuman beast. What did he have, or she, on her fingers? Oh, my wife's calling me. I better go see what's up. Till 28. Alright, I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll show you that, show you how to get to John Goris's channel. And And I'll show you something else interesting I've just discovered. That's a little creepy, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, she was just wondering where I was. Okay. This is a tablet, ladies and gentlemen. So if you go to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, which you're already on, it's taking too long. Okay, when we last left off, that was a detour, ladies and gentlemen, because I had to get those fear books where they belonged. Fuck was that? Yeah, okay, so let's say you go to the Grottourloff page, right? There's one particular video. It's one of the live broadcasts. It was the live Christmas show here. See this one with the picture of Santa Claus? You can't really see it. Bright light. Anyway, it was 7 days ago on Christmas Day I did this show, right? Well, thing about it is that bright light is killing me, man. When you fast forward, I mean, when you do this bit with... Gentlemen, it's... Oh, see, it's not doing it now. Are you kidding me? I could show you. Yeah. It's not doing it on this tablet. But when you fast forward, it tells you what we're talking about. All right? It gives it. I swear it will, probably on your computer or on your phone. It will. It had chapters, you know, like little chapter stops on the video that I didn't put there. And then on each chapter stop, it tells you what we're talking about. And then for about, see, this is where they start. They have it labeled. YouTube has it labeled that we're talking about population control for about half of the show, which maybe we were. You know, the fact that the evil elite wants to eliminate a big part of the population, but apparently they're listening at all times, and they figured out I was on to them, man. So who knows? They may be coming after me soon for talking about forbidden topics on the Grottourloff show. Who knows? Anyway. One of those exciting. You can look and see. Oh, I was going to show you John Goris also. Except now the phone's dead. I mean the tablet. I gotta. Oh, Pete is here. Pete the cat. You want to say hi to them? Here's Pete the cat, man. Now I can be like Comic Tom 101. I have a cat, man. Or I can be a Blofeld. Yeah, Pete the cat visiting, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're looking. When we were rudely cut off last time, I think we were looking at All-Star Comics number 20. That's my recollection. Okay. $15. Okay. Yes, indeed. Okay, so, yes, All-Star Comics number 20. And another copy. Then it doesn't look like I have 21, but here's 22. Another copy of 22. It's weird, I have like duplicates of some issues, with some issues I don't have at all. And then it looks like I have 2 copies of 23. Because these were, you could get these in dollar bins. Maybe still you can get them in dollar bins. And I would pick them up because I didn't remember which issues I had. And then I thought, well, I must have a complete run by now. But there's still certain issues I don't have, apparently. Too big. Okay, Golden Age goes there. Come on. What size are you? That's Golden Age 2. Man, this bag is just gay. I'm sorry, this bag is not heterosexual. I need to be careful what I say here on this communist platform. This is the happiest bag in the world. It's filled with joy and jollity. Therefore, it is number 23. Okay. So that's 23. And what is this? Oh, another copy of 23, followed by issue 24 without a bag. And oh, look, they had these toys were terrible. They were trying to cash in on He-Man. They have Iraq, the Indian hero and warlord, and DC's Hercules. This is in the Tron era. Tron, indeed. Okay, so that's 24. Another 24. Here's 25. 26. That's a real Golden Age looking cover. They're rolling up their sleeves, ready to come after you. And Infinity Incorporated, how exciting, huh? 27. 28. 32. 33. 33. 34. 34 without a bag. I don't know. I like this comic. It was fun. Certainly nothing like it on the stands now. Okay, all right. Here's 35. It needs a board. Yep. And here's one. This is really cool. Our Man. You see Our Man on Stargirl if you ever watched that TV show, and the design of this evil Nazi villain is pretty cool. The freedom fighters. Yeah, these action figures. They also had these other great characters, all available at Kmart. I miss Kmart. You know, Kmart is your savings store where your dollar buys you more. So I have another copy of 35 and another copy of 35. This next one, there's somebody on YouTube talking about, I can't believe they made such a racist cover. Of course, they never read the comic. This isn't meant to be racist. This is an anti-racist deal. But they were just shocked that this got to be put in the back. It's issue 38. Says, this is what happens when one of his kind talks back to a real American. That's Joe Biden under the hood. You know, the Democrats were behind all of that stuff. All right, so that's 36. No, that's 38. Here's another copy of 38 that needs a board. Is there a spare board in the house? Probably not. And another 38. I have 3 copies of that issue. 39. Amazing Man. Detroit is Amazing Man territory. 39. And then the storyline continues in 40 with race riots in Detroit. And 41 has the origin of Starman. There's another copy of that. 42. And here's another 42 without a bag and a board. And then that may be it for this box. Will that fit? Yeah. I don't know. It's a little snug. And then we have 43. Okay, well, that's the first box of Bronze Age crap. Oh, I was going to show you that John Goris video. I'll take this box in the other room and get another one. All right. Yeah, this video here, it's called Another 100 Skulls by John Goris. And that's whatever account she's on right now. We're not subscribed. My wife has several, so now we're subscribed. Anyway, this is a great music video. What I want to know is who's performing. Yeah, you gotta subscribe to John Boris. Alright. Is this the lid? Alright. Yeah, you gotta subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Pete the cat's up here keeping me company. I'll be right back. I hope you're having an excellent Monday evening. It's such a wonderful day here. I'll be back. Long boxes need to be eliminated. By the way, there's a burlesque star, one of the great burlesque stars from the old days, Delilah Jones. Still beautiful. My wife was telling me she's on Facebook and being attacked by trolls because I guess there are these new burlesque stars that their deal. No, don't go up there, Pete. Their deal is well, they don't really. It's like giant, overweight women and men dressed as women, and they don't. The audience is pretty much all women. It's a whole different, but they kind of have the '50s aesthetic. Anyway, this modern neo burlesque. Those people hate this woman, Delilah Jones. She's one of the originals. You know, the ones like Blaze Star and all of those greats. So, Lily St. Cyr, all that. Anyway, so there, all these trolls are going after her, but she fights them off nobly. So it'd be good to seek out, if you're still on Facebook, Delilah Jones, befriend her. Delilah Jones, ladies and gentlemen. I realize I have a poster for a movie that she was in. I don't know if I have the movie. It might be one of the Something Weird double features that I have. It's called The Touchables. It's from around 1960-61. It's, a play on The Untouchables. All right, in this box we move on. We continue with All-Star Squadron number 44. Ooh, this is nice artwork. 45. Who does this? Yeah, it's just I just like the artwork there. Wonder Woman looks really good. And okay, oh, we've got it. Is this bagged? Well, it's bagged, but it doesn't have a board. All right. Yeah, let's just do this. Just take it out of its bag. Eventually, I guess I have to replace pretty much all these bags, but that one's too tight. I gotta find a Silver Age one. That's better. All right. Great artwork. 45. Another 45. Another 45. $46. Here's 46 without a bag or a board. Just great. Doesn't look like modern comics, which is good. This is a series that I think a lot of people don't, that's too tight. A lot of people don't pay attention to this series. All-Star Squadron. Okay, that was 46, so looks like I'm missing 47. Here's 48. 49. Ah, 50. This is a very thick comic. It feels like I'm flipping through a Golden Age comic because it's just the page count seems much higher in this. It's a Special Crisis crossover. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, they did not warn Roy Thomas that they were about to pull the rug out from under him. That was not nice. Yeah, you know, I see people on Facebook criticizing Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas did great things, and still is doing great things. And it's like, well, who stole artwork from DC or somebody and sold it at a convention in 1969, and all this. Stan Lee's birthday was the other day, and there's all this online hatred to Stan Lee, and yeah, he took credit. Yeah, I mean, I just, yeah, he was an asshole, and then he took credit for some things, or a lot of things that he didn't do. But if it wasn't for him, Marvel wouldn't have been what it was. It really wouldn't have been. He was a salesman that sold that and made it seem cool to the baby boom kids, and so now what is going on? 51. Oh, okay, that's out of order. Here's another 51. Here's 52. Now they get Captain Marvel into the action. 53. They even have Mr. Mind there. Another 53. 54. Here's a 54 without the bag. Look at this stuff, man. Amazing. Incredible. An ad for Voltron on the back if you're one of those people into Voltron. 54. 54. Yeah, doing 2 shows in one day is really not a smart idea. Another 54, because it's not a smart idea because I think YouTube seems to only promote your most recent video. 55. I love that character there. Oh well. 56. If they don't watch all the videos, they miss out on all the fun, right? So, 56. What? Bunch of these out of order. So where's 57? Oh, they're all out of order. Okay, it looks like I might be missing 57. Here's 58. So we're, 59. We need a bag. The Spectre in hyperspace. $59. I gotta reread all of these, man. I haven't read these in years. Okay, so then that brings us to 60. What a great cover that is. Wow. Well, let's seal it up. $60. 61. Uh-oh. Don't go up. You gonna go up there, Pete? I better move this stuff so you can go up there. Pete the cat, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, where are you going, Pete the cat? It's all right. There's 63. I don't know if I have 62. The Awesome Origin of Robot Man. Another 63. Yeah, this comic it went for a while. 64. Okay, 65, Origin of Johnny Quick. Another copy of that same issue. 66, The Origin of Tarantula. Seems like towards the end they started doing a lot of Origin issues. I think they had painted, I've got like 4 copies of that issue. They'd painted Roy Thomas kind of into a corner, I don't know. Last issue, okay, that's 66. Here, 67. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin on that wrestling clock. That's 67. That's the last issue. It says, last issue landmark, the first case of the Justice Society. So they're going backwards. And this is 64 out of order. then they would move on with Infinity Incorporated, as I recall, which you could only buy at a comic store. It was a direct distribution only comic, so they could make it a little more adult, as I recall. But it was a sequel to this. And then there's annual #1 for All-Star Squadron. Here's another copy. And then here's All Winners number. It's a reprint of the old timely great comics. And they reprint it where it looks like the paper's browning. I like that. They don't, it's not a, here's the original cover. Let's get this in a sleeve. And then Alpha Flight #1. This was exciting at the time because everyone was still excited about John Byrne after his X-Men run, and he was doing some new book. This is not a book that collectors today seem to seek out. Maybe that'll change at some point. I've got a bunch of them here that don't have bags and boards, and I may just skip over this section because you guys don't care about Alpha Flight. I'll bag a few, I guess. Then I have, yeah, we don't need to see all these. You're sick of looking at Alpha Flight going through the bargain bins in the stores. I don't have that many, really. And then I have Amalgam comics. I have them filed under A. These DC Marvel collaborations. This is a combination of Sergeant Rock. Well, it's Superman and Captain America put together, and then they've combined Sergeant Rock and Sergeant Fury also in this. This is another of that same deal. A super soldier. So it's one of the Marvel and DC cooperating with each other, probably more out of desperation than anything, but these are kind of cool. Here you have it's Punisher mixed with Wonder Woman, I think, is the deal. Or is there? Well, no, I think it's also maybe a mixture of Hawkeye. They've given Wonder Woman arrows. Iron Lantern was Iron Man and Green Lantern combined. And then they have Bruce Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. These are all stuff you can get cheap at your comic store. Nobody's really, as far as I know, collecting these yet. Here's X-Men and Doom Patrol. Well, is that what it is? Or is it X-Men and Teen Titans mixed together? That looks like more of what it is. It's X-Men, Teen Titans, and Doom Patrol mixed together. It looks like that's the recipe on this one. Can't get more 90s looking kind of cover there. And then, of course, you have Spider-Boy. Superboy and Spider-Man mixed together. Here's a book I got. This is recent. This is maybe a little more than a year old. I just got it because of the cool looking cover. and then I understood that the storyline was going to be neat, but I don't know, I never read it. But I was told it was going to be neat by someone that thinks that a lot of these new comics are good. So I don't know. Let me see if there's anything over here that needs to be put in. Shit. Amazing. Okay. The next book I need to put in here is Angela. So we're not up to AN yet. Amazing Fantasy. Number 1. Oh wait, here's another Amalgam book. Generation Hex. X-Men and Jonah Hex mixed together. And Doctor Strange Fate. Dr. Fate and Doctor Strange mixed together. Yeah, this is out of order because next is Amazing Adventures. This has been so badly cut at the printer that you can't see the issue number there next to the 20 cents, but it's Amazing Adventures with Black Bolt and the Inhumans. And I have Amazing Adventures 13. Some of these look... So there's a new Castle of Frankenstein out. Castle of Frankenstein was one of my favorite magazines. It ended in the mid-70s. In the 90s, I think his name is Dennis Druck-Tennis, that makes Scary Monsters. I think he brought it back. He had permission to bring it back and tried to make the covers look like the old covers by bringing back one of the original artists. And to me, it wasn't really... I don't think I even got any of the new issues when he revived it because it just wasn't the same. And now they brought it back again, and they're continuing on with the numbering from the 1990s. And I don't know where you can get it. Probably Barnes & Noble. They seem to carry those Scary Monsters kind of books. This is a kind of a toasty book. I'd like to get a copy. I would probably have to drive over an hour to find one. This needs a bigger bag, man. Yeah. But I don't know. If you know where to get a copy, if you've got a local comic store that stocks it, or whatever, you could help me out. That might be great. Castle of Frankenstein. Okay, Amazing Adventures number 14. Let's get this in a better bag. Because we're building back better here, ladies and gentlemen. This is some of Klaus Schwab's first artwork for Marvel here. Population control, indeed. They flagged me as someone that talks about, no, he's awake. He's one of the awake ones. He knows what we're trying to do. Amazing Adventures 14. Okay, so I don't have 15 or 16. Here's 17. Oh, then we get into quite an interesting thing. Amazing Adventures featuring War of the Worlds. Now, I think War of the Worlds was in public domain at the time, but this is like a sequel to H.G. Wells' novel, where after the Martians attack, I think they come back again. After they were defeated, they come back again and win this time, and then people are turned into these Zardoz-looking barbarian road warrior. He's the hero, looking all Zardoz. Yeah. The other night, New Year's Eve, this little meme spread everywhere that it's, look at the movie Zardoz is set in 2023. I wonder if we'll be wearing this year. And they show Sean Connery in that something looks just like what you just saw Killraven wearing. And then anyone that does, and I thought, oh, I better do some research on that. So I just did a quick Google search, and no, that movie takes place like 2393 or something. And but everyone spread that around without doing any research. Now, 2022 was the year that Soylent Green took place in. This is 19. But Zardoz is not 2023. That is Pete the Cat Sneezing. Here's number 20. This is a wonderful book. Very 1973, man. This is there's another copy. Oh, and another copy. I don't know. Someday someone will care about this book. I already do. I wonder if, imagine if the Marvel Cinematic Universe adapted this. I don't think. Here's my first. This is the one I bought as a kid. This is the first time I bought this comic book. It just, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was thinking probably as a third grader. Probably third grader. Here's 23. $24. Here's another copy. It looks like it went through a fire of 24. Let's seal this little guy up. Yes, indeed. 24. Okay, it looks like I'm missing 25. Here's 26. I mean, if you want, tell me down below. I'll go through the entire collection and show you everything. I think I've done it before, but that was a long time ago. Back in the 1940s. 26. 26. There's 27. Another copy of 27. 28. 29. 30. I don't have 31. Here's 32. I've got to get 31. 33. How long did this series go? I don't remember. 33. There's 33 again. Ooh, and then I jumped to 37. So I need 34, 35, 36, 37. 38. Yeah, I remember buying this issue. It has these weird-looking versions of Marvel heroes coming after him. His face looks like Marie Severin kind of touched it up. That looks like her art style. That's 38. 39. This is the final issue. They stand alone on Earth's darkest hour. Yeah. Okay, then we move to Amazing Adventures This reprints the original first issue of X-Men. Issue 2. Yeah, this was basically a reprint title. Reprinting the early X-Men. Then I don't have 4 and 5. Then I have 6. Maybe I was just thinking I have these reprinted in the Marvel Masterworks books. I think those were out by this point. I don't know why I don't have more of them, but because it must be that I had, or maybe they're in another box, possibly. There's 11. Then I don't have 12, 13, 14. I never read this book, Ambush Bug. I think people like it. It's like, I think this is the original Deadpool, where he talks to the readers, you know, it breaks the third wall. I think this was maybe before She-Hulk. I don't remember. I bought this issue just because I like those characters. Amethyst, #1. This is based on a toy line, as I recall. It's the first issue collector's item. And I have another copy. It's not bagged and boarded. And, look at this. Look at that shit. Look at this, I tell you. Look at it. Oh, my God. How about that? That's a good... would that be... Let me see if I can get this just right. This will be a good way to promote this video. Yes, indeed, Amethyst. All right. I think they were trying to sell this to girls, but guys like it too, right? All He-Men like Amethyst. That's issue 2. Issue 3, this girl's got a Pac-Man shirt on. Look at that. It's kind of a little bit different. Pac-Man's got an evil expression. Okay, so that's, then they tried starting Amethyst over again. It's one of those early attempts to reboot. Here's Amethyst #10 from Dollar Bin. Oh, then they tried starting it again with a 4-issue series. This looks very Vampirella looking. This must be, is this Esteban Maroto? Probably. Yes, Esteban Maroto, or Esteban Maroto. Yeah, very wonderful art. This was from Lone Star Comics, you know, mycomicshop.com. If you got something from their 50-cent bin, they would stamp it on the inside. Just like the old days in those bookstores, used bookstores, they would do the same thing. Stamp it. Oh, well. The Magical Marvelous Burger King. Here's issue 2 of that series. Looking all European. This is the European art I like. Very, very Warren looking. Very Vampirella looking. This is just fantastic. Oh, what? Amethyst #2. Second of 4 issues. Okay. Will this be issue 3? Why, yes, it is. Looks like I got all these from the bargain bin at Lone Star Comics, which used to be my local comic store. Then they stopped selling back issues in the store and only sold back issues through mail order. Then they eventually wound up just closing the brick and mortar store down completely. They have a gigantic warehouse there in Arlington, Texas, near where I used to live, and they sell you comic books now, calling themselves mycomicshop.com. But when you get a package from them, it probably still says Lone Star Comics, because they really are still Lone Star Comics. And I have good memories of the early days of Lone Star Comics. Yeah, that was the first comic store I ever went into. Angel and the Ape. Vertigo, that means they're trying to market this to college students, basically. And then Star Comics. This has got a bend at the bottom. This is Animax. I guess it was some kind of toy. But Star Comics is Marvel's kitty line. Here's Animax number 2. Yeah, it's definitely some kind of toy line, like a Transformers kind of thing. It didn't last long. Number 4 is their final issue. Okay. Wait, we had this Angela we had to file. Wait, and this Amazing Fantasy. I need to file Amazing Fantasy in here. We've already... Okay, Amazing Adventures. Amethyst. Ambush. Okay. Between Ambush, Bug, and... No. Amazing would be before Ambush. A comes before B. Grover Told Me So on Sesame Street. Okay. Amazing Adventures. Amazing Fantasy. Angela was a character out of Spawn, and I guess, as I recall, the owner of the character kept the character and brought her over to Marvel. Angela. It was about the only character I ever kind of liked out of Spawn. I was never into Spawn, but I liked that Warrior Angel character. I thought she was cool, and I bought some action figures of her. I don't know, something about Spawn, I don't know. Here's an Ant-Man Christmas issue. And then Aquaman number 58. But there was something else over here that needed to be filed. Oh. The Last Days of Aquaman. This is a modern comic, like real recent, but I think what it was is I just like this cover. It looks really cool to me, so sometimes I'll pick up a modern comic. This is, who knows how old it is. From when comic books were, I think that's just $3.99. I don't know. Here's the next Aquaman. That's number 61. 62. Look at Amber Heard there. Has a lot of hair. 63. I always liked Aquaman. And this is the new 52. This is from about 10 years ago. They're trying to make it look like the 60s Aquaman. And then this was probably earlier, The Legend of Aquaman. This is a mini-series. How long did that go on? I don't know, I only have the one. And then there's another reboot of Aquaman. This is issue 12. And I bought that just because the cover's they call it good girl art. I'm getting hungry. Aren't you guys getting hungry? We sure are, too. That's what I thought. Well, this episode should be over within the next 10 to 12 minutes because usually right around an hour and 30 minutes it just unceremoniously shuts itself off. I used to be able to go for hours, but I've clogged my phone up with so many pictures and stuff. Okay, what is this going to be? Oh, one of those Darwin Cook sideways covers that I like. Darwin Cook could convince you to buy a book just for the cover. Oh. This is the big first issue, Iraq, Son of Thunder. Yeah, he was a Native American hero. Roy Thomas, Ernie Colon. It was a fun book, as I recall. But now I wonder, was this character really created just to sell an action toy figure line? Because they made him into a action figure pretty darn quick after number 6. And it looked like they may have been just trying to create a Native American character to sell toys, but the toys didn't sell. The series didn't last long, but the series was fun to read. Here's another copy of 8 that's unbagged. Yeah, this is fun shit. Now, at a certain point, Alfredo Alcala came along, and they tried to make him look more badass by giving him a mohawk. And this one has a special supplement inside that probably makes it a key issue. It has a Masters of the Universe. Is it the first appearance of Masters of the Universe? I don't know. Look at those dancing girls. I don't think they made action figures of them. So yeah, having said that, this might be a key issue. 15. And what's after 15, ladies and gentlemen? It's 16. And another 16 that's not bagged and boarded. Man, you'd be the hit of your school if you had these watches, don't you think? I don't think anyone would take you behind the gym and beat you up. Joe Biden style. He's always talking about, when I was a kid, I like to take people behind the gym and beat them up. That's what I wish I could do Donald Trump, you know. Because I was a badass. I used to take chains after a corn pop. 17. He was a bad dude, ran a bunch of bad boys, but I had chains, man. They couldn't. Come on, man, you can't take on Joe Biden. Here's 17 again. Sure is. Bunch of books without bags. Here's 18. And here's 18 again, another copy. I remember there was a George Burns, he had a hit in the late 70s called 18 Again. You know, I wish I was 18 again. It was just a sad song of this old man wishing he was 18 again. I'd run in the meadows and date young girls. And my mom bought that record and she listened to it and she was so sad listening to that song. That was depressing. My mom, obviously missing her youth, listening to George Burns singing about his youth. Yeah, not good memories, George Burns. Sang happy songs, man. Here's 19. And Atari 2600. I have one of those. Okay. Iraq. Here's 21. And then there was also Mattel and Television. That was the one no one remembers, except for you guys that had them. I'm sure you have fond memories. But the Atari 2600 was the big one until it wasn't anymore. Arak. Oh, you swine. You piece of shit. You piece of filth. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, there's a book with a cover folded in this box. That's, I could blame other people, but there's no one else to blame, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like I must have done that. Here's some more rock. 28. What is going on? Why is this out of order? 24. Look at that. See, it's out of order. And then another copy of 24. Okay, 26. Okay, I see. These are out of order. So here's 28, another copy of 28. He fights against this band of girl warriors. Okay. And here he's got an Orion slave woman. She that hath wings. If you use hath, you sound very fancy. And then there's Orion, Lord of Atlantis. Number 3. I don't have issue 2. Well, we've gotten through almost 2 boxes today. Oh, look at this shit. I have this something called Armor Wars. Looks terrible. This is just a non-stop titty ass 90s book, Artemis Requiem. It's just nothing but giant shots of her butt as she's charging and fighting. Here's Atlantis Attacks. It's like ridiculous modern stuff for submariners, like a little kid or something. This is what I was upset about. This book here, with this beautiful cover, it's just got a folded, damn. Nothing I can do about that. Is it color breaking? Maybe a little. I mean, I'm sure that one of you guys with a flat iron could fix that, but it's not really that valuable a book. I just get another copy of it one of these days. Sword of the Atom. This is Gil Kane. Must be raining outside. Is it dark outside yet? Yeah, Sword of the Atom. You can get a run of Sword of the Atom. It's only a 4-issue miniseries, and you could probably get it for less than $5 out of bargain bins, you know. So, Armor Wars. Okay. The next book I need to put in is Astonishing Tales. So let's see. Oh, and here's issue 4 of Sword of the Atom. What? No, issue 3. Look, you can see up that dragon's nostrils. I like Gil Kane. Okay. Yeah, this is the Atom reinvented as like a barbarian character in a miniature world. So, oh, and there was a special, Sword of the Atom special. Oh, my wife's calling. And then we're moving into Astonishing Tales. Okay. Sword of the Atom. Okay, we have Astonishing Tales number 14 with Khazar. And it has some old 50s Jungle Girl comics in the back of it. And it has, you know, the Khazar modern 1972 comic in the front. Will this fit? No. What I need to do, I'm filing other books in, and it looks like this issue of Astonishing Tales with Deathlock number 32. I'm going to be able to get that in here here in a minute, depending on how long this video goes. Oh, it's a 25-cent comic. Always check when you have a 25-cent comic if the value stamp is there, because kids will cut those out. And it doesn't look like maybe this issue has a value stamp. Not every 25-cent Marvel comic has a value stamp. But a lot of them do. You always have to check. Okay, let me run upstairs real quick. I can't answer the phone while I'm doing the show because I'm recording with the phone. So let me see if she's got what she's got going on. I'll be right back. Yes? What's up? It'll be over within about 2 or 3 minutes. All right, I'll be right up. No rush. Just telling her the show should be over within 2 or 3 minutes, because that's about all the memory my phone has. Okay. So, Astonishing Tales 14. There's 15. Cool. It's too. It's not wide enough. Okay, no, that's modern. That's not wide enough. Modern comics are too stupid thin. These look like they're a little bigger here. These might be silvery. Those are just boards. Yeah, I'm starving. My wife is probably starving too. That's what she's trying to be nice because I'm doing the show, but you know, we're probably going to wind up at El Vaquero, the local Mexican restaurant. It's the only Mexican restaurant in town, so you know you don't really have a choice. And actually, our favorite restaurants only open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and then any other day of the week, you just don't have much choice. You've got a pretty good restaurant called Rumors, but you have to pay cash there, and you know that's kind of a pain in the ass. And then so we never go there, even though the food's pretty good. And then, oh, there's Subway, but we burned ourselves out on Subway. My wife can't stand it anymore. The weird thing about the local Subway, maybe they do this at all the Subways, they play only 1980s music in there. And it's music you haven't heard since the 1980s. Oh, good. Here's this perfect size. And it kind of drives my wife nuts in there. This is one I bought as a kid. Astonishing Tales featuring It. Yeah, he's a Colossus. Yeah. It seems like, yeah, everyone was talking about this on the playground, and I got a copy. Really, this kind of is like something I should put in with the, I separated the Bronze Age horror books, but maybe I shouldn't have, because this really kind of, I feel like that should be in there. There's It. There's Evel Knievel. Yeah, It was Golem, as I recall. Now look, they got reprints in the back of old Monster Comics. Anyway, they were nervous at Marvel. They were doing lots of Monster Comics, but they remembered the early 50s. That was just 20 years before, and they were nervous that all that would come back at them again. So I think with this issue, they said, let's put the living Colossus. So we can't, people say, well, he's not undead, he's not a zombie, he's not, he's alive. They just, it was Morbius, the living vampire, It, the living Colossus, the living mummy. They just could not say something was undead, unless it was in one of the black and white magazines. Then they could skirt past the comics code, with that. Okay, so we're getting to see some cool stuff here. Luckily, the cameras kept going. Okay, so we're up to 23, and this is 32. We're trying to slide that in. Oh, we're about to get into the Avengers. So next episode, we'll be getting into the Avengers, and that will be fun. Okay, here's Astonishing Tales 25. I think this is the first Deathlock, is it not? Deathlock's a cool character, man. I hear that they had Deathlock in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, but no one talks about it, so it must have been done incredibly badly, and he didn't probably look anything like this, because there's no way anyone could do anything proper nowadays. Here's 31. It feels like it's got a Mark Jewelers variant. No, there's no Mark Jewelers in it. 31. Okay, then here's 32. Alright, so I got a lot of holes in that. I'm wondering if I've got some in another box. It just doesn't seem like. Seems like I have more Deathlock. Oh wait, here's more. Here's 31. It needs a board. A board. A board. My kingdom for a board. Will this board fit? No, that's Golden Age. Oh, fuck it. Okay, so I have two 31s. Oh, here's some more. Here's 33. Didn't we just have a 33? No, that's 32, so this is 33. Astonishing Tales. And then what is... I've got an issue of Alf here. Man, I'm not good with the alphabet anymore. L comes after S. Maybe in Joe Biden's world it does, but okay, sort of the atom. Okay,